Okay, hi everybody. With the help of my husband, I have sorted through a gazillion different Temu packages. And so this one here is my in general. That's why it's on Artsy Fartsy Creations. And these are 5D eyeballs, and they are raised. You can actually feel them. And I'm leaning on something here again. Gotta pause somehow. Let's try this. All right, now that I got the tip thing I don't want to break out of the way. Anyways, I bought 4 of them, excuse me. 3. Okay, so that's those for that. Of course, all these things were bought long before I went eyeballs out. I would have had this done earlier, but my husband went hunting Monday night and didn't get back till yesterday afternoon. And so I gave him a break overnight to get some sleep. And so let's get into the rest of all this. I don't know how many are in here. I think if I remember right, it was around 50 or 60 pieces of glue sticks, and they're the smaller ones for doing smaller jobs. With his help, I'm going to try doing a few things. I do need to get one more Thanksgiving out, and I want to try to get some Christmas out because, like I said, I have epoxy resins to use up. Okay, next up. This is a pack of painter's tape, and there are different sizes in here, including, you know, kind of like pinstriping size. Something I wouldn't be able to see right now to do. Anyway, another silicone mat. These are great for not just, you know, craft work, but in the rest of your house as well. All right, let me see. I believe this is basically a set of 100. There's 50 sticks and 50 8-ounce cups. I'm handing him things so that they can go in the box until I can get to see again, if that's possible. I am putting some money back because pretty much all the Temu shopping is done and over. There were a few things that I wanted to still have, and so I'm having my husband go through my Temu cart and explain to me what's there. And of course, half the stuff he can't explain to me, so let's see, what else do we have here? Okay, these are 1 ounce or 30 ml cups, and I don't know how many's there. I think 50 to 100, something like that. He's looking at it, he says it doesn't say. All right, and this is a clock. I know it's a clock because it's got clock parts. This hangs on the wall. Your clock facing goes on there. This is a way to hang your clock. And so I'm looking for hands. I'm not seeing hands. Anybody see hands? I don't see hands. Do you see hands? Okay, I don't see hands. He says he doesn't see hands either. And so these are the numbers. They are glow in the dark. It would have been helpful if I could actually see them, but I doubt in the dark I will. This here, I believe, is probably a template. Yes, it is. To show you where to put your numerals and stuff like that. So I don't know why there's no hands for it. Because it shows. Does that show hands? So he says it, yes, it shows hands. But as you saw, what all came out, there's no hands. So, I do have extras around. I'll just use those. But it's pretty bad when they can't even include the hands. All right, next. By the feel of these are not as large as what I had put in my cart. But these are, of course, for UV resin, or not UV resin, oh my gosh, epoxy resin. or whatever else. It can be used in the kitchen, those kinds of things. And they're supposed to be leak-proof, but we'll see. I'm sure I hit the box with that. All right, next up. I have been having my husband help me organize, because I am trying very, 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 very hard to set myself up so that I can actually still craft. Because when I was a child, around 7 or 8, something like that, my teacher took the class and we went into a room. They blindfolded us, and they had a lot of boxes on the tables. They had different items in those boxes with a hole cut into the box, and there was black cloth stretched across it with a slit in it, and you had to stick your hand in, and you had to guess what items were in those boxes. Excuse me. But because of that, because she did that, I got to experience what it would be like if I were blind. And I guess that's come into play with today. And in here we have containers that are a little bit larger than most of those you find on Temu. So larger items can fit in them. I'll set that up right. Okay, that's that. Now comes the hardest part for me, everybody. I'm really sorry, but this is the hardest part. And so please bear with me. I've got no other choice but to have you do that. Haha. Especially if you want to see the fun stuff. All right, this is a 3D balloon, right? And it's got 3 different parts to it. And this is part 1 or 2, but it is a concave balloon. And there are 2 more parts. And this is a concave and another concave. So this fits onto here. You can make your balloon hollow. And then you can put 2 balloon halves glued together if you wish. And then you could actually fill the inside. So you do both halves with this. Or you can have it just as a flat piece on one side. I'm going to have him put that back in the bag. I'll never get back in there without ripping it. Now this one here, if I remember correctly, is eyeballs. You get to make your own eyeballs. And they're very tiny, so I really can't see them at all. Got a pair of scissors here somewhere. So if you guys can see them, more power to you. So yes, at this point in time, there's probably no way I can see enough to do these, even with UV resin. So that goes in my wish list box, basically, of molds. I wish I could do that right now. He's not sure what to do with this stuff. I'm just putting it in a box. It's in general stuff, so. And then this here. I know it's a jar. Textured on top, so it's got to be the acorn jar. And it's actually a pretty sizable mold. I am surprised at that. However, I'm getting the inkling it's not too well shaped with the lid. Does that look like the lid would actually fit into that? He says, yeah, but it's not misshapen. He says, yeah, it's misshapen. So then I would have to pull them out soft and stick something in between and put the lid down in. So I'll need to do something like that. But this is one of the molds I would like to do. Oh, I think, what is wrong with this? That's really misshapen. Oh, this part's stuck in there. It ate my finger. I don't think that helped it a lot. But anyway, I'm going to do it for Thanksgiving. Because everybody is a little nuts at Thanksgiving, right? Well, those of us that celebrate it. I know that other countries have different ones for giving thanks, so I'm not sure what those are. Okay. Another in general. So this is a little planter type style. And the only one like this shape that I got's an alligator, so that's an alligator. Can't wait to do the alligator. See you later, alligator. After what? After die. Oh, here, he can finish doing that. I'm sure he knows to put it in a baggie. Because that one, I think I can tell just by touch, from now on, it's alligator. And I think we have one more item. Which, of course, is going to need a baggie. Now, I can see some of this a little bit because it's got shadowing in it. And this is for, wow, this is really soft and flexible. It'd be really easy to pull things out of that. But I hope I've got this in the right area. And so I believe this is my sea life mold. Maybe by the time that rolls around for doing oceans and stuff, maybe I can actually see sea life. I'm hoping. I can't cross my fingers or my toes or my eyes or nothing like that. Because every time I try to wish myself luck, yeah, it gets worse. Anyway, I believe that is all of the in general. Does it look like there's anything else left over there that I tiled? Oh, wait, maybe it's not. Did I have things put in the bag, too? I did. I was incorrect, people. These are more molds. And if I had the bag up here wrong, and you saw my address, send me a card. One that talks, okay? I'm just going to dump it all out here. I was thinking that it was a little bit light on what I had for this haul. And they're all going to go in the box too. Okay, now, I'm going to hand him molds, I think, are the 3 that I'm more interested in showing you. I will have him help me put pictures up for the edit. So, I believe this is one of them. This got to be the other. And the other. Alright, he says this is the Triceratops. This, as you can tell, you can't really make anything out, or I know I can't. But it's a Triceratops, and it's a candle mold. And then he says this one is the Stegosaurus. And then we have the excuse me, the T-Rex. When I can do candles, when he can help me with the candles, I'm going to do these 3 specifically. Because there's just about everybody in the planet, well, not in the planet, or on the planet, but at least here in Wyoming, we have dinosaur museums because we have dinosaur bones here. So, now another thing is my husband brought me back something from his hunting trip. And I want him to go get them. I want to give him a cup here. And I'm going to have him bring it. I'm going to pause you while he does that. You should have paused for me. Okay. So he brought these back from his hunting trip. Where he was, there was no river, no lake, no creek. And these are little fossils, little shells, from when Wyoming used to be underwater, basically. So that's why I brought up this type of thing. So these are just some little fossil shells. They are fragile, so I'm trying to be as careful as I can with them. Since I can't see to get the rest of those, I'm going to have him do that. And then put the black thing back. This is going to need a baggie. Anything I have to open like that needs a baggie. And if you can see this, this is a dragon. And it is a heart. And it is a candle mold. And it's all heart on one side. Okay. Now this here brings me back to Dumbo. They're singing Pink Elephants on Parade. And that's how I know it's the elephant that I bought. Maybe I should make a pink elephant. Especially since red and resin crate white goes pink. Yeah, I do. Okay, next big molds. This is a set of 2. And you'll probably have to have pictures to see what they are. Oh, these are going to go in a baggie. That's just too much noise. And these are birds. That's that one there. He's sitting face forward, I believe. That was the face forward, right? Okay, he says yes. Oh, that noise is really getting on my head because me trying to see this stuff enough to even show you anything makes my brain hurt so bad and my eyes hurt worse. And then this one here should be one that looks at you. Kind of sort of head turned. I don't know, I can't really see it, so I don't know if the head is turned or cocked or whatever. But what I'm noticing, I'm feeling excess silicone, which will end up having to be cut away. Okay, now some more small stuff. All right. Now, okay, these are heart-shaped molds, but they're supposed to be leaves. I don't know if you can see that up there, but that's what they're supposed to be. Almost done. All right, this is another 3D type of mold. I believe it's supposed to be a jar. This is the one that's got that extra piece, right? Okay. And then this piece fits down in there to make it hollow. And maybe you can see what it looks like in there on the inside. So this will make that hollow inside. This would be really great doing miniatures, like for even flower vases, things like that. All right, next up. I don't know which one to do. These can go all in the same, they can all go in the same baggie. Because these are miniatures I bought. This one, Brian, a heart. Oh, okay. Didn't look right. So it still doesn't look right. I don't know. Maybe it's like this. 3D anatomically correct heart. It's got everything to stick it together. Though I don't understand, is there a hole that you can get into to fill this? I'm not feeling a hole. Is there a hole? He says there's no hole. So, I'm going to assume you make one half, and then you fill the other half, and then you squish them together so that it sticks together. Okay. And this is the last item. And this, if I remember right, is the flame, right? Okay, this is the flame. And I again, do not feel anything from where you can fill this. But that would make a cute little fire, like in a fireplace or something, or campfire. All right, that's this haul. I'm going to take a rest because my eyes and my head are hurting. And I have, oh wait, I got some molds. I don't know what they are. I have no clue. He doesn't have a clue. So I'm going to go ahead and open those molds. And we're going to see what they are, one way or another. You guys, if you see it, write it in the comments. You can tell me later. These, of course, I'll keep with the bag so there's a way to identify them when I have him go to my cart. Or my bot stuff. Can you see what this is? Now that it's out of the bag? I'm really clueless on that. It's got like a planter area at the top. He says no, he can't figure it out. But it's got this up here. Pretty deep, too. I think it might be a Santa mold, so this might not be part of this haul. I don't know. I'll figure it out somehow. Because it's numbered, I think, right? This is one that's numbered, doesn't have a name on it. Probably can't figure it out. Or just says a silicone mold. Because y'all know Temu doesn't like always telling you what you bought. And this mold here, I don't know if you can see that dirt inside there. But I saw the black against the white. That's how I see things, is I can see contrasting colors. And so there was a lot of dirt in this mold. Okay, that's got a bulby thing. So it could be a hat. That's not just dirt, it's got like sparkling to it because it's hurting my eyes more. Can you tell what that is? No. I know what the dirt is. It's dirt. It's glitter, he says. Just glitter. Oh my goodness. So is it a used mold then? He talks so softly because he doesn't want to be heard. So I'm going to try to pause you guys again so he can tell me again. All right. We've come to the conclusion. He says it's either a dragon or a Santa Claus. So I'm thinking Santa Claus because I don't think I have any more dragons. I like dragons and all, but, you know, was that the last? No, that's not the last. Sorry, folks. Here comes another one. Really not sure what this is. Can you see what's inside there? Does that look like a person or an angel or something? I can see a little bit of shadowing in that. He's looking at it like, what? And, He says doesn't know. It doesn't know either. I'll take it out of the bag though. Keep the bags like this with these that we don't know what they are, so that they can be figured out in the purchases area. Just don't put it back in this bag. See, this is what I'm talking about. There's this thing. Okay, this feels like an explosion or something. If y'all can see this, whatever that is. I don't know, it looks like it's an angel, but then it's got like 2 dark circles that look like eyes, maybe, on its chest. I don't know. We'll try to get the picture up, folks. And 2 more, or 1 more. Excuse me, sorry. Last one. This one came in this bag, so it's got to go back with this bag so that we can figure out what this is. I am not sure, but it's definitely a pillar candle, so we will figure it out and get a picture up. I'll have him put this in a baggie as well. I can't really see, but would you say dragon head? We'll figure it out, folks, okay? All right, that's the end of this haul for this channel. I have a few Halloween things that trickled in. And I have some Christmas molds. Yes, I do. Hold on, he's got it turned inside out on the last one there. So he says there's trees. Oh. I think, would you say rocks or fox? Fox. This is a fox, a Christmas candle mold, and it should have snowflakes. But I bought this to do for my granddaughter who likes foxes. So, fox. Right on the baggie, fox. So that we know now that it's a fox. Okay, so that's the end of the mystery molds. Now the one is not a mystery, and then we know it's a Christmas mold. So, could you please put on the baggie snow fox? Anyway, be sure to watch for the next Temu haul on Home for the Holidays, and we'll see what we can do about getting this mold done, the acorn. Because I have other acorns I would like to do as well. Small acorns. All right, everybody. Love ya. You can still leave comments. He can read them to me. He's got a few comments to read from the last videos because I couldn't read them. And I can't get my tablet to read it for me. For my phone, I've got it set up with Bixby to be able to text and to send voice messages. Although it's really quirky, and sometimes it'll send, sometimes it won't. And of course, it will insert words I don't put in there and things like that. So, you know, it's that kind of thing. I have been trying to get it to read my tablet to read my emails for me, but apparently the only people that contact me in email now are either scammers, spammers, or uh, the AI music thingy that I have, and the logo maker thing that I have. So yeah, it's that. Anyway, love y'all. Peace out.